Hello, I'm Big Fun, and I will be your narrator for the day. Recently seen on GameJolt, ownership of Undertale Last Breath was moved from Zerjox to someone else known as Mr. Fazbear, or Comic, or whatever the hell he also calls himself at this point. It was a pretty big change on its own, but many other things have changed along with it. And I'll be explaining all those changes to you. So, a little over a week ago, the Phase 2 track Twisted Reality was released and met with some mixed reactions. And around the same time, Zerjox got into some other controversy, which is a whole story for a whole other video on its own. But the point is, both of these stacked on top of each other, Zerjox was suddenly under loads of pressure, and within days, gave up ownership to Mr. Fazbear/Comic. Almost immediately, Faz took action, getting more people involved with the project in hopes of revitalizing the whole community. This includes adding 2 new directors to the team as well. Now there's a total of 3 people directing the project, and they will now introduce themselves now.
Hey, I'm Mr. Fazbear, known mostly as Comic though. I am the new owner of Undertale Last Breath. Most of you have probably seen my previous work, such as Underswap Scarlet Flare, Dustbelief Murder's Path, and Undertale Icebound, which I worked on in the past. What I'll be doing for the project is I will be handling most of the story revisioning alongside Lucana and FP Lester, as it was my biggest issue with the original. I'm going to make sure that the community is in a lot more touch with the game, as it wasn't really clear on what was going on in the past for Undertale Last Breath. I want to make everyone happy and give them what they've been waiting for. I want to give Undertale Last Breath the charm it once had, and with the team that I've arranged, I know for sure that we'll definitely pull through.
Hey, I'm FP Lester. I'm not the most well-known creator, especially in the Undertale Deltarune sphere, and even more notably, on the platforms where this community resides, say GameJolt. On there, I'm practically a nobody. With that, it's no surprise some of you may be wondering just who I am, and more importantly what I'll be doing for the project. I'll be composing a good chunk of the soundtrack, with help from our other musicians. I'm also handling the bulk of revisions for the story. As I'm sure all of you may be familiar, it was not the cleanest thing before I came here. Next to that, I'm also going to try my best to manage the community as well. I'm not very familiar with how it was before, as I'm a new face here, but I'd imagine it wasn't the best given circumstances at the time. I'll make sure I'm open, clear, and active with you guys as best as possible, because I wouldn't be in this situation if it weren't for you. Generally, I want both the team and community to be welcoming, friendly places. It's better if everyone's having a good time. So, I'll do my best to ensure that. Both that and that we live up to the expectations. And, with the help of both Faz and Lucana, I trust we can do just that.
Hey all, I'm Lucana, Lucy, whatever works. Some of you may recognise or know me from some other projects, mainly Undertale Icebound, Undertale Call of the Void, Dustbelief Last Genocide, and a couple of others. I'm here to tell you what exactly I'll be doing as one of the new directors of Undertale Last Breath. Myself, alongside Mr. Fazbear and FP Lester, will be in charge of the bulk of the writing work, more specifically the rewriting of the project as a whole. I will also be in charge of writing some of the new dialogue involved in the game to the standards I uphold in all my other projects, as well as writing the majority of the team-wide story document, so we have everything nice and organised. Furthermore, as a director, I'm going to try my best to interact with the community. It's not something I usually do as I prefer sticking to the shadows, but I'll try my best.
We also have a new Discord server up and running. It was made in about 2 days, so it might look rough around the edges because Comic made it. But it works somewhat, sometimes. Make sure to join it though. Keep yourself updated with all the most recent content, or just hang out with other fellow fans of Undertale Last Breath. In other news, there's also many new faces that are welcomed to the team, which includes Pillar, Tweeter Tweers, Spice Individual, Marigold, Musaniac, Riley, and a very special returning member, Ben Lab, the composer of the Legacy Last Breath soundtrack. And with that, the new directors and new members to the team, let's hope Undertale Last Breath can live up to its fullest potential. That's about it. See ya.